Step up, place best, this moment's ours. Summit up the mountain, feeling the powers. Counting gains, no shame in it to win it. Roll the dice, double down, life's a limit. Kings on this court, ruling the game. From the top of the world, calling my name. No hesitation, just celebration in sight. Raise the stakes, we're living for a height. Yeah, hit the summit, best high, watch and grow. This the life it chose.
Everyone, come on, come all. The line is hot, and I am your man, Boston Mike. Unfortunately, I feel around here that I'm not your man. I might be the guy that you hate the most, but anyway, that's good. Let's keep that going. The evil empire. Atop the AFC East. Here we go. We still got a couple weeks in the regular season to go. I am your host, Boston Mike. I got a real special guest for you tonight. My friend Susan is going to stop in, and we're going to talk Bills. We're going to talk the Pats game. She's a very good friend of ours of the show, and we're going to let her discuss her company a little bit. So she's a sponsor of ours. So we're going to roll with that. So I'm hoping, my man, I'm looking for him on here. I don't see him. Shawnee V is not making it tonight. But guess what? Shawnee V is in the Carolina Hurricanes game. Now, when a man says to you he's in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, and he says, hey, I'm going to the Hurricanes game. What do you think? And I'm like, holy shit, the college playoffs here. I'm like, dude, you're going to the Hurricanes game? Like, when is it? He's like, well, it's a hockey game. I'm like, oh, okay. But then he said, actually, before they said Hurricanes, he said a Carolina game. I'm like, man, you're going to Carolina? I'm like, who's Carolina playing? I'm scrolling through my thing, and I'm like, oh, man, Tampa. I'm like, Sean's got some connections to Tampa. Maybe he's going to Tampa. And I'm like, oh, the game's in Carolina. How the hell is he going to a Carolina game? Well, he's going to a Carolina Hurricanes, and it's the Florida Panthers, I believe. So I think that might have been my problem. So anyway, so now that we know that, my man SV might not be here tonight. Listen, I'm going to give you a quick recap that I was crying on Sunday. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Boston Mike was little teary-eyed. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know. It's like 10 win streaks don't come often, Oh, here we go. Oh, Sean is in the house. Sean, my man, what's up? How are you? Keep them coming, SV. Hopefully you're good. Hopefully you and Bill have got some good aisle seats. You can sneak up to the concessions, sneak back to your seats when you can. So, and I know Sean obviously loved that game. First half, here's what I think. It got a little out of hand. I don't think Drake May rushing touchdowns just wasn't real, So we're feeling it. The flow is going. That field goal at the half was, okay, we didn't get a touchdown, 24. But good news. That won me a sneaky football square on Sunday. So $150 coming back into my account, which I never. Oh, Susan is here. Oh, let's hold on, everybody. Let's see. And he is, yes, Hurricanes and Panthers. Susan, my darling, what is up?
What is up? Oh my gosh.
How are you?
Here. Fantastic. And
welcome.
Thank you. My first time on the podcast. How does this work? Do we do the Canadian and American anthems? I wasn't sure how this all works. All things.
Well, I don't know the words to the Canadian one. I could sing a little bit of the American one, but I don't hit those high notes that well. I would be crackly. Although I used to sing as a kid in the shower when no one was around. That's about it. Are you a shower singer? Let's just start. Let's just get this right. Like.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool.
In the car, I'm even better in the car. I don't know how I haven't, locked in an agent at this point, but yes, very good in the car. I have long drives, lots of practice time. Yes. And yeah.
I appreciate that. All right. Well, listen, everybody out there that's watching. So we go live on X, which used to be Twitter. We go live Built in Buffalo on Facebook. We go live on our channels. So for the people that don't know you, Susan, why don't you just give me a quick little rundown? Bills fan first, right? You're not.
Yeah. Live and die by the Buffalo Bills and Buffalo Sabres. My nephews grew up playing hockey, but born and raised Webster or Rochester, New York, graduate of Niagara University graduate. And actually was part of their travel and tourism 4-year program. So I am the local sales rep for Royal Caribbean. So I have the incredible job of working with travel partners, like cruise planners, like you and your wife.
Yes,
I have an amazing job. And so I work with every travel agency, storefront, home-based, all around upstate New York. So let me tell you, Bills Mafia has cruised. It's a nice way to see a game and do a cruise before or after. So can't go wrong there.
I was going to ask you this too. And Amy was asking me, what do they do if you're on a cruise ship during the Super Bowl?
Oh, I am so glad you asked this. It's almost like this is staged. So here's the super cool thing. So Royal Caribbean, we say we're E for everyone. And if you're watching the Buffalo Bills, you're going to see our commercials. You don't have to be in the room. You'll hear our music and you're like, what is this? It's just great energy, innovative. So we have on a lot of our ships, Oasis class, Icon class, we have a sports bar called Playmakers. 31 flat screen TVs. You've got the air hockey, foosball. I mean, everything you can imagine. So we also use Starlink for our internet. So unlike other cruise lines out there with Royal Caribbean, when you are cruising with us, whatever sports fan you're from Antigua and cricket is your thing, like we've got all the games and we can get them live. You can't always have that certainty with other cruise brands, but you should see whether it's football, if it's soccer, if it's basketball, we've got the games going, but literally 30 plus flat screen TVs with, all your bar food, and you've got like the whole bar it's just this awesome feeling. So with us, we're always trying to figure out, what do land vacationers love to do? And we know they love casinos. We know they love Broadway shows. They know they want to bring all their kids, all their ages. We do that so well. We have ice skating shows, water shows, and then we have incredible land destinations that will just, in the grayest of grays in upstate New York, we have the most beautiful, creamy, teal, aquas, amazing Caribbean waters, and sun just waiting for you. So yes, please call Amy Perrone at Cruise Planners and book your Royal Caribbean cruise today.
We have a question. We have the first question for you, Susan, is on the screen. Can you see it?
I do not at the moment.
Oh, it says, "Are you the Bills travel agent? LOL."
I would love to. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. I was thinking about it before. I have multiple agents that are themselves fans, and they, over the years, have done fans cruises. We've had agencies that will, do groups of flights down before, after Bills games, a huge tailgating. So yeah, we are, it's nice because the other thing too, other cruise lines might do 7-day cruises, but we have such a depth of 3 and 4-day cruises. So it's really nice. You can tie in a game or a 3-day or 4-day cruise before, after, a Bills game down in Miami. So it's a perfect vacation, some land and some cruise.
Wow. I did not set you up for that. And like I said, I told you earlier, I don't want you to feel like you're working. Yeah. This is a football show. This is a Bills show.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you first though, like, were you born into it?
Okay. Oh my gosh, these are great questions. Because the other thing I was thinking of, doing a little prep work, I always knew I was born on Jim Kelly's birthday, but I didn't realize. And this is fun. This is the Patriots tie-in, so it's really nice segue. Drew Bledsoe was also a February 14th birthday, so that's the birthday that I have.
Valentine. Oh no. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So 2 Bills quarterbacks. So in a way,
Okay.
we have this this feeling. But my dad was always a huge, I mean, all sports fan, but he always loved the Bills. So we, just grew up being a Bills fan. And then when my two nephews, Matt and Nicholas, played hockey, when they're really young, they have the early hockey times. Like you have to be at the rink at like 8:00, and you're like, ah. So as they got older, it's like, oh, we have an afternoon game. This is even better. But this was like the heyday of, the Ryan Miller Sabres. And so we just, like everyone we would always, as a family, I'm the youngest of 5, we'd always get together. We'd watch the games live. And when we could, we'd go see Bills games live. So it's, good, bad, all indifferent, breathe Bills and Sabres. And I feel like when I travel, I feel like it's such a representation of the city. So I feel the weight of the teams, like, just like it's like, we're representing Buffalo. We're representing like us to the whole world. So, it's fun. It's fun. And I like, the other thing is, but I didn't grow up learning all the rules. And I'm always fascinated. I'm like, everybody just knows the rules. Like they don't really talk about it for someone that, like, I understand when I'm watching the game, but like all the plays and the rules, and like, I didn't grow up knowing all of that. So in my drives, because I could have 4 to 5 hour drives to sales, to travel agencies. So I'd listen to WGR. And so I'd listen, morning show, the afternoon show. And I just love learning because it was something that I kind of felt like I came in late, kind of wanting to hear more about the backstories and the drama and the good, bad cries and cheers. Yeah.
So did you guys make it to many games at all?
Not many live games. But before we went live, I did mention I have been to a Sabres game in Montreal and a few games at the stadium. So, and it was when my dad was alive and with my other siblings. So just, really, really special. So, big hopes. But man, every game, I'm like, I don't know what they do in halftime, but kudos to the coaches. I hope they get their props because whatever they do, it's turning around. But I always wonder, like, do the players get nervous? Like, because my stomach gets really, I like a nice, comfortable lead. I like to bring Josh out the fourth quarter. Let's put Trubisky in.
Are you throwing up though? Are you nervous? You're throwing up on the sidelines of the
no, my stomach.
You're in the dry.
Oh, yeah. And podcast, and it's there's a way to sync it up, but
Amy says hi, Susan.
Hi, Amy. Oh, great to hear from you.
And then Sean, go Sabres on a 4-game heater.
Oh, nice. No kidding. Big Buffalo week. Yeah.
All right, so are you happy they fired their general manager? Before we get into this Bills recap here, what do you think? Did you were you happy with that?
Yes, I was happy with that. I hate to, obviously hate to see someone go, but just feeling like we needed to make some moves, and we needed to make people super intimidated to walk into our building. We have to have, tough players, and it totally was time. And happy about his experience, and then his just, hoping to see more changes to come. But yes, as far as I know, this is the first 4th game in a row for the season. So,
all right. Well, and I always get, trust me, I feel for people that lose employment, but maybe only when like the job is like a need job. Like if it's a job that you need, it's one thing. If it's a job that you want and everyone else wants it, and you get through these jobs and you go from job to job, I don't feel as bad for those guys, especially for the Sabres. I mean, come on, they're really, all they want to be is mediocre. Like, give them a chance. Like, they're not even asking to be the best. They just want to know that they have a chance, right?
Yes.
I mean, isn't that all you want, right? To go into a game. I mean, if every game was, if the outcome was determined by who they said would win, you would never play the games. So why play the games? Oh, the Bills are 1-0. Oh, they're better than this team. Oh, now they're 2-0. And they're undefeated, and we'll just give them the championship. So I don't know. I feel bad, but I don't feel bad. I totally think, and you haven't been on with us a lot, but I'm always ranting that, like, fans for some reason nowadays, they're all across the spectrum, and most of them have this opinion, and you can't get them off of it. And even if someone that you agree mostly with has something odd to say about McDermott, right? We'll have people that'll send us messages or, fire McDermott or fire Bean or whatever. And then all of a sudden you'll get this flood of people that are like, you don't know what you're talking about. How dare you? You know, you have to be a blind loyalist to the team. And, you know, how dare you question anything? And you know, it's like, holy shit. Like, everyone has their opinion, and we're the boss. Aren't we the boss, really? If we're a sports team, I mean,
exactly. I mean, they need us in the stands. They need us in the seats, and they have to have our buy-in. They totally have to have our buy-in. And I
mean, let me ask you. So, like, are you okay? So, if the Bills lose on a Sunday, how is your morning on Monday?
I can't listen to the radio. It hurts too much. I have to give it
some time. You're feeling it. Okay, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Yeah, I don't like to talk about it, and and then I want to know, like, okay, then I want to listen to, you know, just the announcers and Sal Capaccio and just kind of hear what they have to say, and that's like, okay, I'm ready to listen to it now.
You gotta like cleanse it. You need just like maybe like some like incense or like some of those like exorcism burning sage rosemary bundles.
Yeah. Yeah, which spells, I mean, whatever. No, and I think too, like when they talk about was it 13 seconds, and it's like that's one isolated game, but there's just of years of, you know, okay, 4 Super Bowls, and just so it kind of it stings. And then when you combine, it's like, Sabres and, you know, and Bills, we just need one. Like, we're going to do this. So you feel this, like the city. And the other thing too, like my uncle lives in south of LA, and he would always say, you know, Buffalo reminds me of like a college town. Like, everyone lives and breathes. Like, there's nothing like a Buffalo Monday after a win. And so it is unique in that, you know, like in California, there's the distractions of, you want to go skiing, drive to the mountains. You want to see the water, go surfing, just drive to the beach. Then there's Hollywood. There's so many distractions, like the sports teams. It's, of course, they're big and popular, but it's not to the level of, like, in a way, it does feel like, you know, in the South, like college sports are just everything. So, yeah,
you know, I think Buffalo is more of it's not even just Buffalo. It's like a whole area, you know, like you can drive in from, say, Boston, go cross over the, you know, Albany area. And then once you get to like a little bit past Schenectady, you start seeing Bills flags. Like it's like, and then obviously Syracuse, Rochester. And that's kind of why I asked, like, you know, because I think we take it for granted around here, just being 20 minutes from the stadium. I mean, shit, they got a brand new $1 billion thing going up, and people are just driving by taking pictures of it just on their way to work, right? So, like, I always wondered, and I was spoiled growing up because I lived in Providence, Rhode Island, which was only, you know, 20 miles from Foxborough. So, like, I've been close, and trust me, you know, Foxborough was Orchard Park 20 years ago, right? There was nothing there but a stadium and one road in and 2 lanes coming in, and they had to close a lane to let people out, and it took 10 hours. And I mean, the way that they've built that stadium up around Route 1 there, hopefully they can get that zoning stuff done here, and they can put some commercial. I mean, they've got, I don't know if you've been through Gillette Stadium or all on your travels, you know, up in New England, but they've got hotels, they've got movie theaters, bowling alleys, Bass Pro Shops. I mean, it's like a destination, you know.
Completely. So, I help out at a big show at that stadium, and you could spend the whole day there, and, you know, not even if you were going to a, you know, any kind of a sporting event, but the restaurants, the shopping, it's so well done. And then it's set up to have meetings, conventions, and of course, you know, and it's all succinctly right there. So very incredibly laid out. So so were you at all concerned about the game last Sunday? Like,
well, here's what I can tell you, and the reason I asked you is, how do you handle a loss on Monday? Is because I'm still, I believe, handling that loss, and it's Friday. So I started out before you got on. Sean and I usually do a back and forth a little bit. Sean's at a game right now, doing some messaging in, but we usually kind of rant and rave, and I kind of go through what I'm pissed off about and what he's pissed off about. And today I just had said, I think, and listen, it was a great game. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, the Pats played so well for so long, and the Bills played so well for so long, and where that overlapped a little bit. And I mean, I don't think it was as telling as everyone around here maybe thinks it was. I mean, if it was as telling as it was, the Bills would have won 35-10. Let alone being down in a hole, 24-7 at half or whatever the halftime score was. But I'm taking my lumps. Listen, and I'm a good winner and I'm a good loser. And that's, I think, the biggest thing, because when you grew up a Patriots fan, we were losers for a very long time. Nobody wanted to come to New England, So at a certain point, we have to take what we can get, And I think the Bills fans just have to look at it as a whole, right? I mean, obviously the division might be out of reach, but the playoffs are in reach. I mean, you might play Jacksonville, you might play Houston. I mean, there's got to be some good teams coming up in front of you, but I mean, you haven't shown that you can't, win the game. I mean, obviously you can lose them and get outscored. I mean, that's really my thing about the game is that, I thought we would have to score 30 points to win. Well, we scored 31 and we didn't win, so maybe we had to score 40 to win. And maybe that's the Bills' new strategy, don't give up 40 and we win, I mean, let me ask this. For your point of view, obviously you're looking at it from a totally different perspective. How is that first half hitting you, and how is your halftime snack?
So in one sense, first and second quarter, I'm not freaking out because I'm like, all right, they've got halftime. They're going to regroup. They've, looking at everything that they're throwing at us, and we're going to figure it out. So, and then of course, even the beginning with the Ravens, like all of a sudden it's like, all right, we're in this, like, it's not over till it's over. So I've in one sense, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, this is just, I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, I can't believe we're already, like we just haven't had a first good half. But it's, oh my gosh, the back and forth. I mean, that's what you want. Like, you want a really close game, but it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose by just.
I didn't have a problem with the pace back and forth. I mean, I thought in the end there, the Bills D played a little bit better than our offense did, and kind of stifled us on a couple key drives at the end there. I mean, our rookie running back Henderson is fast. I mean, that dude is amazing. He had a great game. I mean, I think kind of like the loss in the Patriots world and the Patriots circles is kind of getting lost with, how they didn't play that bad of a game. I mean, they took the Super Bowl champion Bills to 2 minutes to go in the game. I mean, I don't know. Listen, we weren't expecting Super Bowl week 1 anyway, right? So for us, I mean, we're just kind of happy, I feel. All right, so they're down 24-7. They start coming back. Are you like calling your friends, like turn the TV back on?
Yeah. And after I think like the Ray Davis, like that drive, I was like, okay, like things started to kind of pick up, and it just, what's so interesting to me is how it can just go to such extremes. Like one play can just change the momentum so quickly, and then then you're thinking, okay, but what's interesting is towards the end, I feel like, oh my gosh, like if there's like 4 minutes left, or if you're really tight, it's like, this is too much time. This is too much time. Definitely. I mean, third quarter, fourth quarter, I was like, okay, we can hang. But then there's always that fear of like, oh gosh, we can't lose this. We can't lose this. So
that's kind of how I think we're definitely in reverse. I'm like, listen, there's no way we can come out and the whole thing with Drake May rushing for 2 touchdowns that was just like the script was almost like too unbelievable to kind of sustain. And then, when you're looking over your shoulder and, that's never a good place to be, right? Because then the momentum, you feel it coming, and, and then like, it's like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, you're running from the ball, and it's just that ball is, and the ball was Josh Allen that day. I mean, unfortunately for Pats fans, I mean, hooray for Bills fans. And like I said, Susan, I'm a Bills fan second, it just from living here. I've lived in 2 places my whole life, New England and Buffalo. So, you guys are stuck with me, unfortunately. The Matt Judon thing, I'm getting calls all day. Oh my God, Boston Mike, what do you think about the Matt Judon thing? You know what? I'm happy he didn't go anywhere else. I am okay with him coming to Buffalo. I get to watch him a couple more games, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of good football. I'm a fan of good storylines.
Yeah.
I'm also a fan of intriguing intercult, because Pat's Nation and Chiefs Kingdom and Bill's Mafia. There's always these factions, and
Yeah.
it's like political. They got the far left, the far right. Everybody just kind of in the middle are just fans, and these people hate one thing, these people hate the other thing, and then they're just kind of going at it. I mean, like my house is split. Obviously, my wife, she born and raised here. How is your house? Pretty one mono football team? Or?
Yes. I do have a brother in Brooklyn, and he's like, I have given up on the Jets and the Giants. So he's I mean, he went to college in Buffalo. So he's down in the city. So he's dialed in to Buffalo as well. So nice. Yeah. And then I have all my cousins that are out in Arizona and Denver, and so they are long distance fans as well. So
are they're Bills fans?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They are. Nice.
Yeah. So we're all in this. So to me, it's like, it is such a nice distraction, just sports in general. It's like whatever's going on in your life. Like, I love the fact that whatever might've happened at work that week or whatever's happening in your personal life, it's just for that moment or that week. It's just like, it's a fun distraction in my mind anyway, to just talk about, what you're thinking about the game or how it's playing out in live time. And I have always appreciated that about sports. Yeah.
Yeah, I always try, and that's why I try to get my kids into sports. I mean, sports in the Army, I always tell people were the two biggest things that, they teach you a lot about yourself. They teach you a lot about winning. They teach you a lot about losing. They teach you a lot about being humble. Sports and obviously, the military, it's very selfless and everything is for the team. And you realize that there's a greater good that you're working towards, and you might be one ant in a line, but without your legs, the mission doesn't get done. Right. So that, to me, that's kind of what sports is. And that's why I think if you invest your soul into things that, because right now everybody is on these, right? So like, I want to, did somebody like my post today? Oh, yes. Oh, did somebody leave me a bad, shitty voicemail? Oh, they did, right? Like, they're looking for something that they can't control. So for me, it's sports. And I said, it teaches you a lot about winning and losing. So like when I moved here, the Bills were unfortunately kind of in their lull, and it was 2000. But the Sabres were killing it. I went to my first hockey game, actually was a Sabres game. So I grew up in Providence, and they didn't really have much hockey, and my high school really didn't have much hockey, and I'm from the inner city, so we played basketball, football. But so moving out here, I was like, oh my God, they have an NHL team. And then just driving around the arena, like the streets were painted with the Sabres logos and the colors. And so like we got down, and a buddy of mine was kind of showing me around the arena, and the guy's like, oh, you want to get in, kids? And we're like, we don't have any money, dude. I had just moved out. I was 22 years old, and the guy's like, all right, kids, we'll see you later. Well, we walk around the stadium, and he walks around the other way. We meet him again. And for whatever we had change-wise in our pockets, we had just come from Canada, so we had like 7 $2 coins, So we got playoff tickets against the Flyers, which I'll never forget. Sitting there, and my first NHL game is a playoff game in Buffalo, which is like the founding city, one of the founding cities of hockey. So like that kind of like, I was like, Bruins who, but, so I didn't have a connection there. So like the connection became, my friends out here and the Sabres. And then the Bills, listen, I'd go to all the Patriots games. So I'd go to 2 Bills games a year. I'd go to the Patriots game, and then whatever I could get tickets to. And, one of them I would kind of blend in. Oh, yeah, I'm rooting for the Bills, yeah. And then the other one I would go with a Tom Brady jersey on and, get things thrown at me. And, one of the funniest ones was we were leaving the stadium. I think the Bills, they lost to the Pats. It was a tight game, whatever. There was like some emotion to it, right? Like, like blowouts, everyone's kind of like just dejected and they leave, right? Close games, and at the end, it's like still a little electricity in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And the best one, this guy looks at Amy as we're walking out, and he goes, "You better watch out. He's gonna cheat on you like the Patriots cheat on or Tom Brady cheats."
Deflategate. Yeah. Oh man.
Like, man. I remember one time I was
film.
walking with my friends up to the stadium, and I just was waiting to get in. And they have big rocks, so you can't drive your car, like into like the metal detectors. So these huge rocks are just kind of everywhere. So I get up on a rock to look to see where my friends are, and I'm looking around, and then like all of a sudden, like people just keep locking eyes on me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on? And I look down, I realize I'm wearing a Tom Brady jersey, and I'm 7 feet in the air. And everyone just wants to like kill me.
Oh yeah.
But then listen, for the last few years, we've been losing. I haven't been complaining, right? I mean, I've had a team that was winning, so
right.
I'm definitely not a flip flopper by any means. But I listen, and you're 100% right. This area is totally different. After a win or after a loss. And that was one thing that definitely kind of endeared me to the city of Buffalo is when I first moved here. I mean, they were bad. I mean, they were losing games all over. And the people that went, not that there was a ton of people there, like the tickets were easy to get, but the people that were there were like rabid. Like, I mean, it didn't matter if it was snowing or sleeting. I mean, I saw people in hot tubs in the parking lot, with a generator. It's snowing on them, and they were like tailgating in a hot tub. Like, I'd never seen that before. That was cool.
The other thing, and I don't know, think of other like smaller city markets, but the amount of players in the Sabres as well as the Bills that live in this area. It's just interesting too, always that there's this sense of community of wanting to live around here after their career, can kind of, put to rest. And then of course too, we were spoiled with Rick Jeanneret. Like that was like, who can beat that for a Sabres announcer? So yeah, it's a special place. And there's something about running into someone in an airport or in a different city and this instant connection of like, what, you're from Buffalo? Like, what? So it's, it is. There's something special about it for sure.
Do you have any Bills like teammates in Royal at all? Or are there any like?
Well, you can imagine. There's a lot of Dolphins fans that work for our corporate headquarters in Miami. So let's squish that fish. And let's see. There are a few Buffalo fans that I was shocked at, like certain VPs of different departments. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy is a Buffalo fan. Like I thought for sure he was like diehard Miami. So there are some, but yeah, like all my coworkers, there's 14 of us in the Northeast region, and they all know that live and breathe all things Buffalo. So yeah. Yeah.
We did have a request here. Is it possible to organize a future Bills Sabres themed cruise?
We can absolutely
talk that out. We should talk that out. I would love to do something like that.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good idea. We're gonna save that comment there. I'm gonna star that one.
Oh my God. Karaoke, singing with fans, scavenger hunts.
Get some applause. It's a good.
Let's do it.
Oh, listen, we do have a hold on. I wanted to talk about Miami. When we do have a real, like I'm talking like to the ear, to the street person in Miami. So whenever they go down, we talk to them before the game. You'd be surprised the things that they say about the Royal Caribbean workers down there.
Oh wow!
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
What are you hearing? What is being said?
I can't decipher dolphin. I'm sorry. Well,
Oh,
anyway, yeah. So we lost. That's okay. Okay, but now let's talk about a couple other things here because Week 15 in the NFL wasn't the only. So we have to play the Ravens this week, right? So Sunday Night Football, Patriots, Ravens. They go down and beat the Bengals. Are you a Bengals fan by any stretch?
I'm not. I've never even been to Cincinnati. No.
It's a cool city. It's got a different climate. It is. I used to sell pools down there. Cincinnati wakes up in the spring like it's like February, March. Like, yeah, it's a different. You know, I thought Cleveland and Columbus had different like climates. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati's even more. You could just feel it. Yeah, and like the summer comes from Cincinnati. I always say that.
Okay.
I don't mind the Bengals. Again, you know, and let me ask you this. All right, so and I noticed that people out there tend to like underdogs, right? Yep. Right? People always thought that, you know, the Bills were these, you know, lovable losers and right. When are they going to get, you know, and then Josh comes around and then they're like the thing. And like people, like you're saying, people are in airports and they're wearing earrings and people are picking it out from 10 seats away.
Instant friends.
Like at what point do you just get to think that maybe that wears off a little bit? Like, are you winning too much, or because you haven't won a Super Bowl, maybe people are still up for it? Like, do you ever get nervous that your time as like the darling is going to be over?
So two things I think about that. One, I'm trying to think what Sabres season it was where we won the President's Trophy. We had this amazing season, and then we just fizzled out in the playoffs. So I'm like, I'd rather show up, you know, at the 11th hour. Like I want to make sure we're playing our best football in December, January, February. Sure. And then the other thing is I do kind of like being off the radar. Like I'm okay with not, sometimes it's like when you're, I don't know, always expected to win or always I don't know if it puts more pressure in my head. I don't know how the players feel, but, so in a way, I kind of feel like, yeah, I'm okay with being like, you know, the surprise. I don't always have to be, you know, the pressure of expecting always to win. Yeah.
The fans don't feel that though. I think the past few years, I mean, it's Super Bowl or bust, like preseason game one. Like, I mean, it's like it's our year. You know? Yeah, it's divine. You know, is what they think. But then there's 31 other teams that think they're divine too, you know? So, and so that's actually the one thing that a lot of like Bills fans don't get to appreciate as much. And I'd love to get them to appreciate it a little bit more is how good that they were at their peak, and let alone, you know, all the shortcomings and, you know, the games that they lost and Super Bowls, whatever. I get it. But, like I tell people, nobody was playing backyard football and saying that they were a Patriot player, right? Mm-hmm. We were in New England saying we're Jim Kelly, or you know we're Thurman Thomas. I mean, you know, it's like it's just it's unfortunate, I would think, you know, because there is a lot of respect out there that's deep rooted respect.
Yes,
and then there was like that little period where, I mean, it was laughable. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you don't make the playoffs for almost 20 years, I mean, it's definitely a stain. But I just really get nervous of like, when does that momentum shift, right? Because it almost seems like it's shifting on the Chiefs a little bit now, right? Yes. The Pats were, everyone hated them. And then the Chiefs were kind of playing good, and then everyone hates them. And, you know, like the Eagles won a couple Super Bowls, and now everybody's hating on them. Like, I still feel Buffalo gets a lot of love out there. They don't, you know, they might lay an egg a couple weeks, and you know, some of the sports announcers will give them a little bit of grief, but they're still the darling. I mean, it's still something I think that you should hold on to, you know?
Yeah. I do think, like, even I have friends that are Rangers fans, and, you know, and there's this kind of like, they love their teams, but at the same time, I'd like to think that people do want to see, good things happen for Buffalo. Like, oh, they've gone through this whole time. Like, let's see them get a win, like a big win, like a Super Bowl, Stanley Cup. So I kind of feel like that, because sometimes you're like, oh, this team always wins, or, because my perception, like Boston, like you pick baseball, football, hockey, like they do everything great. Like,
there was a run there. There was a window where all four of them were top two in the league. I mean, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Normally. That was an anomaly those few years. But like, would you take a Stanley Cup over Super Bowl, or are you football girl first? What do you?
I think my knee-jerk reaction is Super Bowl first, just because we're so close.
Okay. I could see that.
I think a playoff, just getting into the playoffs, would be so massive for the Sabres, and you just want that for the players to experience it, and then just to be rewarded for that, and of course the fans to be rewarded. Gosh, I mean, I just think that the parades, the city. I mean, I can't even imagine what it would be like.
Oh, it'd be crazy
for either one. I really.
Oh yeah. The parade would be crazy. Like everyone would be tailgating the parade like the day before.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think, oh man, this will be interesting too, even on the hockey side, just to kind of watch, because I know they've said we've got everything is so tight and so close, and we have so many teams to hop over, but why couldn't we? So yeah.
Oh, he said he wants to make the playoffs. So I mean, where there's a will, there's a way, right? I mean, like, and see that's like my question. Like, why does it take somebody new to come in and say? Because I'll always take a team after the coach gets fired, especially if they're at home. I always feel like they're going to play up to their A level. We're going to show you, or they're going to play for the new guy, or fuck that guy, or whatever. Yes. Like totally feel like that could happen.
Yeah.
But listen, the Sabres Arena is awesome. I mean, going down there and watching a game, it's electric, and it's funny. So like, I'll go back to Rhode Island and Boston for a little bit, and I'll go watch a Bruins game now or whatever. And I know that Boston is a original team, and I do think, and I'm probably gonna get killed for this by all my Boston buddies. Like, Buffalo is, I think, even though the Sabres haven't won much, I still think their fan base might be, I don't know what the word better is right.
Interesting.
It's rabid. It really is rabid. Like I've got friends that will talk Sabres before Bills.
Unique. Yeah. For
me, at least, But it's a different, because these people grew up playing street hockey, roller hockey, and then all of a sudden it's, ice hockey. And so I kind of get it. And then you're right near Canada too. So like, obviously that whole influence there.
I know that's a big part of it.
When you went to the Sabres game, was it in Toronto, or was it where was it?
No, I've never been. I saw Rush in Toronto, which was fabulous. But I have.
That's another show.
Yeah, that was a great concert. No, I've only seen. I've only. It's been in Buffalo that I've seen the Sabres.
It's in Buffalo. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think to that point of just how big hockey is. But, even growing up, so I'm in my 50s. So growing up, hockey was not a thing. Like, it was I remember in my parochial school, like, we had a hockey team, but it was like, where do they even play? Like, it's just not common. And then once I was in college, then a lot of the schools started to get big. But it feels like even with Toronto, like they're talking about hockey 12 months out of the year with the Maple Leafs. But it's just, so I think that proximity.
Toronto is, I guess that's a cool city.
Yeah.
That's funny. I've been there for some Toronto Raptors games, and they've had some overlapping, crowds of, during that weekend. The Raptors are on Friday, and the Leafs are playing Saturday or Sunday or something. So you kind of see like different demographics kind of shuffle in and shuffle out, and I've seen more naked homeless men around the Toronto Maple Leaf Stadium than I care to. Something up there in the water. I don't know. Like those, they just want to like whip it out. I don't know. I don't get it.
Oh, Canada. What is going on?
Well, you wanted to give them homage by doing the Canadian theme song. So, I mean, I feel in the theme song. That is almost disrespectful. National anthem. I don't want to say theme song. That's disrespectful.
Oh, man.
All right. So, what's going on in your life for holiday season?
Oh, my gosh. It is. I'm actually heading off to the DC area. I have really good friends. So we'll be celebrating like a Hanukkah, Christmas. So I'll do that. And then I think New Year's is going to be back home. So yeah, it's at that stage where my parents have since passed. And then so I'm the youngest of 5. And then I have a lot of grown nephews and nieces in their 30s. And then I have another set of nephews that are, it's still in grade school and high school. So it's interesting kind of figuring out our holidays and, because my one brother might be with his grown kids and his grandkids. So holidays are interesting. Kind of, it's only been a few years since we've all kind of figured out. So in the past, I might go visit cousins for Thanksgiving or the holidays. So it's been more mobile than in the past, but that's okay too. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying mobile like locally in the area or traveling?
Or because I have cousins in California, Arizona. So much more open to traveling because, growing up, my mom created all the magic. It was the lights and the music. And it was, she was, always kind of creating her magic from growing up in the 40s. So it was such a thing. And then now that, that we're the grown adults and we're kind of creating this magic for our, nieces and nephews, it's a little different. So, but yeah, so this year I'll be traveling. So I will be remembering to get to the airport a little early. I think I'll be busy next week and heading off to Baltimore.
Yeah. I did love it when I asked you to come on. So this, everybody knows, I had just thrown out that, oh my God, you like the Bills? Oh man, I do a sports show with my buddy. You should come on and talk. I was like, oh yeah, maybe, whatever. And then like we started talking about it, and I'm like, she's really gonna come on. Like this is awesome. Like we so need like other points of view because we're just like, like dirty men, football junkies. We're gamblers. Like you brought some wholesomeness to this show today. I totally appreciate that. And listen, here's my conundrum, right? So obviously my wife owns Cruise Planners by Amy Perrin, and we're always doing show commercials and things like that, and she's the show sponsor, and I'm always thinking like, why don't we try to do like a Bills trip? Like if we're one of the leading travel agents in Western New York, right? Why can't we partner with someone, say Susan Prinzing from Royal Caribbean, and put something together where it's affordable for people, right? Because obviously Buffalo's not, LA, right? We know that. We got a new stadium coming. We got a lot of people paying seat licenses begrudgingly, right? So, obviously things are being stretched. But if we could come up with the right thing, I think we could do it.
Yeah. And maybe it is a game tied around like a 3 or 4 day cruise. I will tell you, our ships that are in the 3 and 4 day market, because the ships you're seeing and the commercials during a football game, it is our latest, best, amazing product. And they're, in terms of entertainment and nightlife, there's this beautiful thing that happens. Like if you don't have to always be around each other, but the cruise offers, it just makes it easy and you feel so good. So to be able to be around other people, and then you also know like the rest of the ship is like, oh my gosh, here comes Bill's Mafia. Like there's this, now you're kind of this, this group that everyone, is laughing and having fun with. So absolutely, there will be a to be continued, and I will. We're
going to shelf that conversation, but I think it's worth talking about, even if it's not like a charter or anything. We'll just do like a group. And we'll pick a weekend, and we'll just see how it goes. And if we can get some people, maybe I know a lot of people that are like close to like something in the spider web, so I gotta like pluck this string, and maybe this string will get pulled. So I've got a lot of things that are very close. So we might be able to make something a little bit more outstanding happen if we can get the right people. So
it could be the
yeah,
ultimate.
that would be awesome. Now, Susan, let me ask you this, and I'm a husband. I'm a very bad gift getter. Is there something in your mind that you can speak to the men that are listening, watching? Their women want a cruise, don't they? Like,
oh my gosh, absolutely.
Talk them into it.
Oh man, here's the thing. Like, and I always say, I laugh because yes, we are the cruise line with everything going on. You want to go on the surf simulator, you want to go skydiving, you want to go zip lining. Like, we can be as active as we want. And then there's the whole spa experience. If you want to get a massage, if you want to get, your hair blown out. But in this simplest of senses, I always say just being on the water is incredibly calming, and it's just so soothing to the soul to see the ocean. So now imagine in the evening, I always try to remind myself, get out on deck, because there's so much going on with our ships, with music and entertainment. But to be on the ocean, the moonlight's hitting the water. I mean, it's the ultimate romantic getaway. But it really, you don't have to make all these decisions of where we're going to drive to, where we're going to go to eat. I mean, it's all there, and you don't have to worry about, am I going to pay for a show? Like, it's all included. But this idea that it could be the ultimate pampering 3-day spa weekend, or, just being by the pool, just hearing great music. It's, I think, yeah, you can't go wrong with a Royal Caribbean cruise. And we make it convenient if you want to do 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. If you don't want to fly, we sail year round from Bayonne. We also sail from Baltimore. So I think all they have to do is just call Amy at Cruise Planners, and it's, we'll make it so easy for you.
No, listen, we are in bed with Royal. You're our people. I'll pat you on the back if I could. We really appreciate everything that you've done for us. I was very happy that you wanted to come and chat with us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're welcome to come back anytime.
Absolutely. Hey, I'll be part of the Super Bowl show. Bring me on.
Oh, hey. All right. Listen, and I want to see something from Royal about the Bills if they're in the Super Bowl, that they're hosting a party on a ship or something. Like you got to make it happen. If the Bills are in the Super Bowl, I need something. I need a visual or something.
Okay. All right. It's out there in the masses. It's happening. It's happening. Where would you rather be?
Then right here, right now.
Right now. You got it. Merry Christmas to you. And
yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hey, awesome talking to you. We'll see you soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks so much.
All right. Have a good one.
Right. You too. Bye-bye.
Susan is the best. Everybody listen. She is right though. And I'm a bad husband. I don't say it lightly. There are things that I should do with my wife to show her, a little bit better than I do. But think about it, guys. For a couple $100, you put a deposit down on a cruise. What type of Christmas gift is that to give to your lady, right? She's always wondering, are you the gift card giver guy? Are you the guy like me that goes out on Christmas Eve and goes to the mall and gets shit that you think she might like, right? So, not a bad idea, fellas. All right. Well, anyway, here we go. We had some shakeups last week. We had a tie at the top, and my man SV took it back with one more than Moneyball. So Moneyball drops back 1 point in the standings. Joey Hatch, I love you, buddy. Welcome back. How you been? Yes, I'm unfortunately your host tonight. Would you rather be in Foxborough with the losers? You should say losers. No ERs in Rhode Island or Foxborough. It's AH's losers. Would you rather be with the losers? Hey, man, I took my lumps. We were there. It was close for a while. So You should eat the Okay. So anyway, so now listen, I am super excited. You know why this is my favorite week of the year? And I know I say that about a lot of weeks of the year. This is my favorite because guess what? We start watching football on Saturday. Holy shit. 2 good games. Maybe not for the Commanders. Daniels is not coming back. But Eagles, playoff hunt, Green Bay, Chicago. Obviously, we know what they just did a couple weeks ago or a week ago. That's going to be a crazy rematch. I think this part of the year, they have some college football bowl games. Like right now on the other channel, I've got the Alabama game going. NBA is on. Hockey is on. I mean, this is the time of our lives, people. Like mid-December, end of December into January is our time of our lives. So then, without further ado, the early slate on Sunday, Bills 10.5. Now, let me tell you, I'm taking the Bills this week. I think 10.5. It's scary, and just hear me out. It's scary because we don't know what Cleveland's going to do offensively. They could shut down and shit and suck, or they could just sling it around, not care, nothing to lose by 9, and Mike Perrin doesn't cover, you know? So that's a tough spread for me. I just like coming and messing with you. It makes my week better. Joey, hey, listen, man, I appreciate it, buddy. Listen, we need some interaction. That's why we go live, dude. We're not trying to be, 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, groggy, recording shit, and just playing it. We're trying to interact, man. We're trying to be the people's show. You remember The Rock? The people's champion? We're trying to be the people's show. Thank you. So, listen, this Chargers game is intriguing to me, too. A lot of people looking at Dallas at home. I mean, they are a different team. I just don't know. Now that they're out, like, they might be demoralized. Remember, Myles Garrett needs 1 sack season. I remember when that record fell, and there was some controversy on that record. Now, I will tell you this. If Myles Garrett gets that record, there is no controversy anymore. That asterisk off Michael Strahan is gone, and he is the sack leader. He has earned it. I would not be surprised if he gets a couple this week. I mean, that's just my own opinion. I still think the Bills win. Like I said, I don't think Cleveland has anything to offer here. I just think maybe that spread just might be a little bit too much. Kansas City, I mean, shit, man. How many times am I going to pick? You know what? Did I pick Kansas City again? I did. Son of a bitch. So I'm always picking Kansas City because I think there's no way that they could lose. But now they don't have Mahomes. Now this is the week they're going to win. So 3 on the road. Tennessee's god-awful. But they could score a little bit if they get in a little shootout mode there. Bengals -4.5 over the Dolphins. I have a hard time picking the Dolphins in anything. I mean, Joe Burrow's still pretty fun. I'd probably have to go Bengals there. Look at that over-under, though, for the Chiefs game, 37.5. Holy shit. That's a low over-under. Even the Jets-Saints is 40.5. The Jets and the Saints are more than the Chiefs. I mean, you know what? We love watching the Chiefs go down, right? We're not Chiefs fans here. We have no problem. Let's see. We'd love if Myles Garrett would come to Buffalo, but we signed a guy off waivers today. Well, yes, Myles Garrett is obviously under contract. He might have gotten traded, but that did not work out. The gentleman that you were saying today is Matthew Judon, the red-sleeved expatriate, which everybody's asking me what I think of that. Hey, you know what? I'm all for it. I'd rather see him go here than to go to Philly or go somewhere else. So, yeah, I welcome him, man. Oh, here we go. Off of the people's show, then you better drop the people's elbow and raise the people's eyebrow. I like you got emojis in there and everything. Joey, man, the show's nothing without you, man. We missed you. Let's see. Jets, Saints, that's a snooze fest. Minnesota Giants, kind of interesting. Yeah, maybe. Bucks, Panthers. How the hell is the Bucks favored over anybody? Over anybody. I mean, there's no way that Carolina at home should be favored. Where's Evan when you need him? Evan, Moneyball, where are you, dude? Come on, buddy. Show me what's happening here. All right, so that's the early slate. Even though my co-host couldn't make it today, they did send in their picks. There is a lone wolf again. I am picking the Bengals. I don't understand how you'd pick the Dolphins in this spot. Tua got benched. I don't see that a galvanizing event. Let's see. Moneyball loaded up on the Browns. Obviously, the spread there's got him feeling the Browns. Jets over the Saints again. That's a bore fest. I love Breece Hall. I just had to bench him, unfortunately, in the playoff championship second week of round one. I had to bench my number one pick running back. Sad days. Bama tied 17 at halftime. Here we go. They were down 17-0. Holy shit. Wow, they came back. Damn. Wow. Yeah, no shit. 17-17. Wow. I love that time, man. All right, let's see here. What can I call out here? Let's see. Hybrid. His picks are kind of mediocre this week. Sean, I mean, there's not that many difference here, actually. Well, the late slate for me until you get to Sunday night, I don't know. Jags, Broncos, awesome slugfest. I can see the Jags going in there and winning that game. I love ETN. I benched him too, though. He's out. Let's go Denver. Giving 3 Mile High, man. You just can't win every game. They have to come down to earth. Oh, man, maybe I'll take the Jags. And we got Atlanta giving 3 on the road to the Cardinals. If they didn't have Bijan Robinson, I'd probably pick the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals can pass. I mean, man, maybe Cardinals at home? Maybe not. You know what they say about a East Coast team traveling for a 4 o'clock game on the West Coast? Steelers, Detroit. Wow. All right, let's talk about the Steelers in Detroit here. Let's see. So we got Steelers coming off what did they do last week, right? The Steelers, they trounced the Dolphins. And then Detroit obviously played that Sunday game, against the Rams. Okay. So they're coming off a loss. They're coming off a win. Okay. Wow. I think Detroit is a juggernaut at home. 7 might be a little much, though. No, I think 7 might be a good number. 7.5. They might win by 8 or 9. Yeah. Raiders, 14.5. I mean, dude, you're more than 2 touchdown underdog, dude. Another 37.5. They think this game's going to be 28-13 or something. That's crazy. And then Sunday night, let's get into this one a little bit here. So, Pats win the East with a win or a tie or an Indy loss or tie and whoever the other one was. But We're not looking at that. We're looking for a hat and a T-shirt this week. That's what we're looking for, right? It'll be good to show some competition, show a little backbone, right? You guys, the Bills aren't worried about it, right? The Bills like to play good competition, right? We're not shirking the responsibility, right? 2 games apiece every year, right? And then we go San Francisco and the Colts. To me, I mean, I don't care how good Rivers looked last week. If that you call that good, they didn't. I think the 49ers are going to trounce them on that. So let's see here. Oh, we have wow, look at this. We are all on the upset from the Jags. Wow, Marcus, lone wolf in the Denver Broncos. Okay. And then this looks pretty chalk here. Atlanta. We did pick Detroit. We did pick Houston. 14.5 is a lot, though. But they should trounce the Raiders. Marcus picking the Ravens. Wow, look at these guys. SV. Hybrid. No Pats love. No. You are correct. I want to answer this one here. Do you think Pete Carroll is a shitty coach, or is it that he has shitty-ass players? Well, you have probably on paper, the best rookie running back, right? Genti should have been the number 1 guy. I mean, Jacoby Myers being your number 1 receiver was not the best, but they traded him. I mean, Brock Bowers, obviously, they got a gem in Brock Bowers. Geno Smith, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not I think every coach has a shelf life, though. That's what I think. I think the older you get, you need to have deep-rooted ties in that franchise for them young dudes to buy in. That would be my humble opinion. I feel like if you're an older coach with maybe some older ways, and he's been known to be a player's coach, and people love him, but these younger guys, I think every generation just gets a little bit different, and you got to treat them a little bit differently. So I wouldn't say that he's a shitty-ass coach. I definitely think that he's got some less than unique or less than ideal players. I mean, Max Crosby is great. I mean, they've got some decent players. I mean, once they let Devontae Adams go, you kind of knew it was over. Aiden O'Connell was not the answer there. So, I mean, if we can't bring back Todd Marinovich, I mean, who are we bringing back here? You know, Baltimore against New England. Now, why would you say that? Because you think the Baltimore Ravens have a chance? Or are you saying that out of spite because this handsome gentleman is on stage right now? Is that what you're saying? Let's see. So I know that my man Billy the Kid did send in some upsets. And let's load in Billy the Kid's upsets because I liked his upsets this week. I liked him so much, I gave him a new logo. I gave him a new graphic, too. Look at this, everybody. Look at this. And I need like a tumbleweed music, like. I wanted Billy the Kid to like pop out of his barrel with like an oak straw or like a I don't even know, like a wheat straw in his mouth or something. But so he's taking the Panthers, which I totally think the Panthers could win. He's got the Chargers over Dallas, which is only a plus 110. And he's got the Giants at home. So not a bad one. I like it. Powered by Fanatics again. I mean, hey, it's plus 962 people, right? You're not going to plus 1,000 your money on anything else. Now, let's see. I came up with some Road Warriors this week. So I got to add my Pats to this. So, and look, I even put the Legion of Doom for all you old heads out there that know that these used to be the Road Warriors. Does anybody out there remember the Road Warriors before they were the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors? That is what I had. Baltimore, San Fran, and the Patriots. And it's not a big bet. It's plus 362, right? So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Now, and everybody's on vacation this week. I couldn't get my man Jay Boss to show up again. So we needed to get some anytime touchdown. So Austin Mike stood in. And let's see what we got here. So I went with Jalen Hurts, rushing touchdown, DJ Moore, Chicago, Judkins. That's just a Bills rushing stat feel. And I feel like Judkins can break one. McConkey, obviously, against the Dallas D. I got to roll my man Travion Henderson until he doesn't do something amazing. So I'm looking for him to score this week against the Ravens. And Devin A-Chain from Miami. Obviously, you bench your quarterback and you go with Quinn Ewers. So let's go and rush the ball a ton, which I thought, and listen, I'm playing against the guy in fantasy that had Devin A-Chain, and I'm going to tell you, he disappointed last week. I was very happy that he didn't score 20, 25 points. He came out like with a couple good runs. I thought it was going down, but it didn't go down. Oh, here we go. Hold on. At Road Warriors, Axe and Smash, Demolition, Midnight Express. You're going back, buddy. You're bringing me back. Anybody else just throw Peacock on and watching like an old 1989 WrestleMania? Just trying to remember as a kid and feeling like you're 10 again. I mean, you know, my aunt Roxanne, got to give some love to my aunt Roxanne out in Rhode Island. She would always get the pay-per-views. So we would all cram over there in her little apartment, and we would watch Survivor Series on Thanksgiving night, you know, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, all those guys. So those memories, man, they bring me back. Let's we got here. Let's see. Shawnee V, better Ohio State running back after one season. My money on Trave Boy. Yeah, listen, when those two were like 1A, 1B, that was cool. And I'm a Penn State fan, so I have this little Ohio State kind of like anti, but they do produce some amazing players. You know, Judkins and Travion Henderson. I mean, shit, how can you not win the national championship with those two guys in your backfield, you know? Joey with an anytime touchdown. Joshy, you know, I was going to put that on there, dude, but, you know, I figured that was just so easy to pick out. I don't know. That's the only thing here. I thought Seattle's jerseys from last night was pretty sweet. Never seen anything like that. Yo, those were really cool. Let me see if I can get those up here in case everyone haven't seen them. Let me see if I can bring them up here. They had some awesome jerseys from last night's game right here. Let's show this here. Let me see. This is on the Dick's website here. This is a Darnold one. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Hold on, guys. Let me see here. Let's do a screen share. Share the screen. Somewhere between the entire screen. Okay. All right. So, hopefully you guys can all see these here. These jerseys were amazing. You are correct, sir, to bring these up. Just the number 12s that I noticed were all embedded into these numbers. You can't really see it that well here. But in this 14, there are just a bunch of little 12s mixing it up. And then these little marks here are awesome. So kudos to you, my friend. That was a really good that was a good message, man. I like that. And how much actually changed colors, purple and green and golden orange color? Josh, anytime. Road Warriors. All right, cool. So caught up on those comments here. So let me ask you this. Anything on here you change? Anybody out there want to throw out any touchdowns? Give your best picks out there. Throw them in the comments. We'll throw them out. Let's see. We did get some pretty cool fan feedback. I did want to kind of bring up some of this stuff here. So I'm going to show this on the screen here. This is the feedback line. We call it the line is hot line. Again, nobody calls. Everyone just texts. So I guess that's what I'm going to get from everybody. So keep texting in. If you have anything to say, Bills, Sabres, sports in general, whatever, man, life, you're down your dumps, who gives a shit? Let us know, man. We're here. We're here for you. So these came in after the game, and this it's funny, I didn't get these during the game. I got these directly after the game. So Frank in Hamburg, and I had to start putting states in here because we are starting to get some traction in other areas. So not to be confused with another Hamburg out there, my man Frank in Hamburg. Josh is definitely the MVP. Stafford has been good. Drake May is too young. Who else is even in the conversation? I mean, did Jonathan Taylor play his way out of it? I mean, really, it's a quarterback award. We know that, right? The last running back was probably Adrian Peterson way back. I mean, Josh is Drake's daddy. That was kind of funny. You know what's funny? I wouldn't say that he's his daddy, right? Because it hasn't been this overarching, just been beating him so many times. So maybe I would ease off on the Drake's daddy, because remember, Drake did come in to your house and win by 3, and then you came to Drake's house and won by 4, and I don't know. So that was a good one. Listen, hold on. Now I can tell you, you will get on the show if you do this. And my man Carl, he put a picture along with his text to the hotline. So not only did he say Gonzo, and I'm assuming he means Gonzalez for the Pats. Gonzalez is ready for action. Go Patriots, clinch the East, get them hats and T-shirts. I like that little Gonzo picture. That guy looks pretty cool. He's got tons of Patriot shit on. That might be like overkill. I have a hard time believing that's a real photo, though. I don't think Gonzo drinks frothy beers, but that could just be me. Carl, thank you so much for sending that in. Let's see. This one was kind of funny. I had to grab a picture for this one. And this one got me thinking. What do you guys think about the fire in the new stadium? Suspicious to me, probably a Chiefs fan on the crew. And the best part about this, not that I found a picture of it smoldering, the fact that he put the skull and then the skull and crossbones in there. That was hilarious to me. I said, listen, if you make me laugh, you will get on the show. You really will. Let's see. What do we had another one here. Oh, this one came in, and listen, I didn't even tell anybody about this, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I took the Bills at halftime. I'm not gonna lie to you. So here's what I do. I invest my soul in things that will make me happy. I invest my money in things that will make me sad. Make sense? So I will hedge a happy bet or a happy game with a bet. Does it make any sense to you guys? So, hold on. Do you really like that picture, or are you just biased because you're a Pats fan? Well, Joey, I could tell you, when I was younger, I had a very thin frame. Try 6 foot, 130, 135. So my nose was a little bit more exaggerated than maybe it is now. So actually, Gonzo was my nickname growing up. So that's kind of why I like that picture anyway. And obviously we have a player named Gonzalez. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, hold on. It was an exhaust fan. It was contained and no damage was done to the stadium. So sorry, Pats fans. Why? See, Joey, man, like why are we living rent free in your head, man? We didn't say anything. That guy said it might have been a Chiefs fan. Hold on. Look. He didn't even bring up the Pats. We were just both shit talking the Chiefs. Why are you gonna bounce on me, kid? Nah, I'm just playing. That's okay. So, like I said, send them in. I will put all the funny ones out there. And listen, I did. Trust me. I did take the Bills at halftime, straight up money line. It is what it is. When you're down 24-7 in a rivalry game like that in the division, and my heart is so invested in one outcome. If that other outcome hits, I needed to be compensated for that. I'm not going to lie to you. So that's about So that's about it. And he says it was an exhaust fan, and I like that. And this might be the best thing he said. I think this will be a good rivalry once again. Buffalo and New England through the next 7-8 years. I'm glad you didn't say 6-7 because I would have had to do this, and I would have had to let my daughter know that I did that because she thinks I'm old. That's okay. Oh man. So listen, I know Christmas is coming up. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy whatever you feel in your heart of hearts. Let's like in all reality, like I like to bust on Bills fans. Fans like to bust on me. There is a sense of camaraderie, though. There is an NFL family. There is a Western New York family. There are not a lot of places in the world like Buffalo. I can say honestly, I've lived here almost half my life. There's something special here. You can feel it. Kudos to you guys. Just don't take yourselves too seriously. Roll with the wins, roll with the losses. And just kind of enjoy the ride, man, because, I kind of feel like Bills fans are at a concert and they just have their phones up and they're recording and they're watching everything through this phone and they're not living it and they're not enjoying it. So that's the one thing that I would say to you guys is just enjoy it. The ride is the ride. It is what it is, man. We're going to be there at the end and you never know. It might come down to a trilogy. It might come down to a rubber match. And obviously it'll be played in New England. So you guys proven that you've been able to win there. So maybe that's the best thing for you. Maybe Denver isn't the spot for you. Maybe it is New England. Maybe you feel a little bit more confident because you've already, gone to their house and beat them. But Milton Williams, Spillane, we needed those guys in that game, unfortunately. And I know, Bills fans, you guys have dealt with more injuries than you care to talk about. I get that. And listen, Brandon Cooks, McCole Hardman, Matt Judon. Listen, you guys just need good players that will listen to the coaching staff and just fit in. Really, that's all you need. Bodies, you need bodies, right? Because once it comes down to playoff football, it comes down to trenches. It comes down to offensive line. It comes down to defensive line. And it comes down to running the ball and stopping the run. We all know that, right? So hopefully Matt Judon can help the Bills in that aspect of it. I will not lie to you and say that I followed him much this year. But he was a Pat for a while. He got the red sleeves on. He was my boy for a while. Let's see. I really don't hate Patriots fans. I really hate Tom Brady, and most Bills fans hate him because he kicked their ass for 20 years because he was that good. Yeah, hey, man. like I said, you wear a Tom Brady jersey to a game, and in some parts of the world you're famous. In some parts of the world you're on the hit list. And I remember actually it was funny. The one year my buddy from Rhode Island did bring one of them big fat heads of Tom Brady's head, and he put it like on a stick, and he was like walking around the parking lot with it, like. And I want to say like it was either a shirt or a jacket was set on fire by a bunch of Bills fans and thrown at his feet as he was walking through the parking lot. So, yeah, it's all good. Hey, man, as long as I didn't start on fire, he didn't have any grease in his hair, he'd be all right, man. Let's see. What is the last one here? We can't keep getting gas for runs like we did all year in the playoffs. That's a dangerous game to play. Well, I mean, listen, dude, I would say that, fire drill fucking miraculous comebacks isn't the place you want to be neither. I mean, got to come out, stop the run the ball. That's when the Bills are the most dangerous, is when that running game is working and they feed off of that run game. Because obviously, if you're not running the ball, you get into a hole. Yes, they can pass. I mean, you don't want to pass all the time. I mean, shit, James Cook's the second leading rusher in the league. I mean, he's just behind Jonathan Taylor, who had the craziest, 5-game stretch, of anybody. So, I mean, the run game's right there. They're playing good at the right time, right? I mean, this is when you want to be taken off. And, I mean, they don't have – Philadelphia, yeah, Cleveland, yeah. I mean, I don't know, like – the Bills could win out very easily. I mean, this could be, a Bills division if God forbid something crazy happens. And I mean, we're playing Baltimore, we're playing the Jets, and we're playing Miami. I mean, I don't see that happening. So I would expect the Pats to get the 2 seed. I mean, unless something crazy happens in Denver, takes a shit and Bo Nix gets hurt and something happens there. But I mean, really, like the ones that we both got to watch out for are like the Houstons of the world or the Jacksonvilles of the world. Like those are the teams that for some reason the Bills don't match up that well against, I think in their head for some reason. And then they come out and they just play like I don't know if everybody remembers, I was at that Jacksonville Buffalo game in London. I mean, the whole Western New York vibe flew to London, took over London, proceeded to have the whole arena on the Bill side. They booed. I mean, that's funny. I'll tell the story. So we're in the little suite area, and there's a lot of, soccer fans around there, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and they're like, hey, was that good for you guys? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, that was okay, whatever. Or, that's a first down. We're trying to explain football to them. And they're like, holy shit, dude, there's no one rooting for the Jags. And I'm like, well, that one little corner over there is kind of rooting for the Jags. And then you look at it and you're like, holy shit, like 95% of the stadium is Bills fans. This is a home game, which they proceeded to lose, right? And they lost to Jacksonville before. And then Atlanta came up, and then Miami came up, right? So, like, those are the teams. Like I feel like the Chiefs, like they're up for the Chiefs. Like they're going to beat the Chiefs, like in the regular season. Like they're up for the Pats. Like they're playing us hard, But like it's those teams that just come in and like lull you to sleep, and that's the shit that just fucking drives me crazy, man. Like, yeah, you can be a second half team, that's cool, but like don't forget about the first half, right? I mean, they always have these good scripted drives. I always feel like when they come out with the scripting, like they're okay, but once like shit, fucking like once it hits the fan, like they're like scramble mode and everything just is about to go haywire. And then all of a sudden they just say, okay, Josh, why don't you go throw 17 passes for 18 combined yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then we'll run and get, whatever. So hopefully they play a little bit better this week against Cleveland. I mean, listen, it would be bad, I think, in my mind, for them to play Cleveland close. That would be bad to me. Like if Cleveland runs all over them and they stop the Bills for a couple field goals and it's close and like I think that's going to be bad. I mean, I think a team that's going to win the Super Bowl is going to go into Cleveland right now and stomp them. Like, that would be my thing, right? All three phases. I mean, Ray Davis, I mean, guy's like almost the best kick return, return back in the league. I mean, they start out, they've got great special teams. We all know what Josh can do. I mean, listen, he might be the MVP. I know they asked earlier. I mean, I don't think that's Drake's award. Just like I don't think it's Bo Nix's award. I think those teams are winning. We've got a hell of a lot better defense than we had last year. Denver's defense is great. I mean, look at the Bills' D. Like, if you put Josh on any other team, like, is that team better than Buffalo right now? And don't get me wrong, the Bills have 4 losses, but they were pretty bad losses, right? I mean, you just don't usually see that. You see like a couple squeaky losses and we'll tighten the ship up, So just the up and down of it just kind of makes me nervous, especially in the postseason. But hey, a chip in the chair, man. What my old buddy in the poker tournament world used to say. All you need is a chip in the chair. So you got to get in the playoffs, and you've seen wild card teams make runs. I mean, it's not against the laws of gravity for the Bills to get the 6th or 7th seed. And you know what? That was another question. Hold on, I didn't get that on my slides. I'm sorry. Somebody had asked me if the Bills should start resting players if it looks like the 6th or the 7th seed is like in grasp, and what's the difference, 6 or 7 seed, right? So that was something that I wanted to go up and talk about, because think about it. If you start looking at the playoff bracket right now, the difference between like the 6th and the 7th seed is playing like either New England at home, or it's playing at Jacksonville, I want to say, the way it is right now. I mean, Jacksonville's got 10 wins. Wow, they've been sneaky this year. Jacksonville, wow. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, they're kind of sneaky up on you, man. 7-2 in the conference. They've got a better record than the Bills in the conference. They got a plus differential, 84. Bills are 87. I mean, that would be a pretty good matchup, actually. That would be a good matchup. To see Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas Jr. playing along with ETN and those guys. I mean, that's I don't think the Bills want to go to Jacksonville. They don't want to go to Houston either. I mean, I don't think they mind going to Pittsburgh. They wouldn't mind going to Baltimore. Whoever wins that division. Chargers, I don't know. I'm not really afraid of the Chargers. They've been so up and down. The only one though in the AFC with a 5-0 division record. Could you believe the Chargers would be the ones to have a 5-0 record in their division? And that is the only. Well, the Packers are also undefeated in their division. They're 4-0. And they've got a big test against Chicago this week. So that's wow. So shit. So yeah, I think you probably want the lower seed so you can play the higher seed, which might end. No, actually, no shit. No, you want the 6. All right, we want 6. That's our final answer. 6. What does this one say? You hear everybody always saying has never lost a game. This is teammates and coaches that let him down. Well, I don't know. He's had a couple shitty weeks. I mean, but the guy's not perfect. I mean, I don't know. Nobody's perfect. I mean, I'm okay. I mean, if Josh played for New England, Miami, San Francisco, the Bengals, any team that has a good offensive players, he would be in the Super Bowl. I mean, dude, could you imagine Josh with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and those guys, and when Mixon was there, or Tyreek Hill, Josh and Tyreek Hill, like what would happen there? I don't know. Well, everybody, hey Joey, I'm gonna hit you up. Send me your email, Joey. Put it in the comments for me. I'm going to let you come on the show next time we go live. I appreciate your feedback, my friend. Well, let's see. What is the Alabama score? Alabama is up 27-17. Holy shit. Wow. Did they just turn it around? Wow. The box score. Wow. Look at that box score. Oh, no. Let's see. Wow. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown, field goal. Holy shit. Wow. 9 plays, 5 plays, 4 plays, 3 plays, 9 plays, 40-yard field goal. Well, Alabama could be your first entry into the college football playoff here. Justin Jefferson? Hey, Justin Jefferson would be – listen, what the hell is up with Justin Jefferson? Like, that dude, he is either a saint. I haven't heard a peep out of him that he's complaining. I mean, the guy's amazing. I don't know. I just haven't heard anything complaining. What's going on over there with that guy? He'd be a good one. All right, buddy. Yeah, I got Joey Hatch. I got your email. Let's converse during the week. I saw you sent over some stuff. I'll get the messages out of here. I appreciate your feedback. Everyone that sent some messages in today, thank you. Most of the country sees Bills on TV again. Yes. Now, see, that's always kind of funny. I always ask people how you became fans. And that's why I asked Susan earlier how she became a fan of the Bills, right? Because self-admittedly, like, I have Pittsburgh fans in my family. I have Dallas Cowboy fans in my family. I have Carolina Panther fans in my family. And just so you know, my family's very small, and they all live in Rhode Island. So how I have those fandoms in my family, I don't know. But now I do know. So when you go back to the 70s and watched football, the only teams that were really on were the Giants and the Cowboys and the Steelers. So you see a lot of people kind of bandwagoning on teams that were on TV. And unfortunately, I was growing up. My grandfather sat me down and he said, "You like the Red Sox and the Celtics and the Patriots?" And I said, "Yes, sir." And I was a Red Sox fan since the day I was born. But guess what? It's something nobody probably knows. Even Boston Mike's grandmother, I shouldn't even say, I'll say it. She was a Yankee fan. Okay? How in the hell is your grandmother from Providence, Rhode Island, a Yankee fan? Well, she liked Don Mattingly's ass. That's all I can say. He's a handsome man and he has a nice ass. Okay, Meme, that's cool. Now you like the Yankees. Shit, I like the Red Sox. So then we'd watch. It's funny. My mother would go to work. I'd stay at my grandmother's house in the early morning. She'd walk me to school every morning. God rest her soul. And they would show the Red Sox game. And it would be, I think it was called Nesson in 2, right? So it's kind of like the replay. So I had no idea what that meant. So I'm just watching the game like it's real. So she walks in and, I bet you they lose, or he's going to strike out, or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay, Grandma. Yeah, go Red Sox. And sure as shit, every time what she said was real. I was like, how the hell does she know all the time that they lose? Well, sure as shit, she watched the goddamn game the night before. Like, so, and you know what's funny? My grandfather used to do that too. He'd come home from the dog track. Remember the dog track? I'm dating myself again. But my grandfather would go to the dog track, and he would come back with the book. And the book would be the dogs that were racing, and just like a horse racing book, and the paddock, and how they run in a quarter mile, and an eighth of a mile, and the furlong, or whatever else. So we would go through this book, and we would circle win, play, show, and I would basically bet these trifectas and superfectas and quinellas with my grandfather, and then we would wake up the next morning and we would look at them and we would score ourselves, and he would say, "All right, Mike, you made $13 today." And sure as shit, my grandfather always made like $38 on the same $6 in bets, and I'm like, how the hell? But come to find out, again, pulling the rug out from under Boston Mike, because those races had already happened the day before. Those were yesterday's books, folks. Those weren't today's books. So how was I ever supposed to win? So when I do come up a little bit in life, I like to savor it and I like to enjoy it. But for the whole crew and everyone that could make it, everyone that couldn't make it, I would like to say thank you, and we will see you.
Step up, place bets, this moment's ours. Summit up the mountain, feeling the powers. Counting gains, no shame in it to win it. Roll the dice, double down, life's a limit. Kings on this court, ruling the game. From the top of the world, calling my name. No hesitation, just celebration in sight. Raise the stakes, we're living for a height. Yeah, hit the summit, best high, watch and grow. This the life it chose. Let the